In the mid-'70s, I moved to Vail, and Bob Lazier was one of the first people I met. We became instant friends, and I used to drop by his apartment, which is the top 2 floors of the Tivoli Lodge, which he owned, and we'd tell stories until 2 in the morning. When Bob decided to buy a Super V race car, I volunteered as an unpaid crew member. Our race shop, quote, was a 2-car garage in the basement of the old Tivoli. There must have been a little magic there, as Chip Ganassi started his career there after we moved on, and he's done fairly well. After a couple of false starts in mid-season, we bought a new Lola from the distributor in Chicago. In typical fashion, I left Vail on a Friday afternoon, towing a trailer loaded with tools and spares on a 1,000-mile drive to Chicago. Pete Feistman, our crew chief, and I were there when the distributor opened the doors at 8 o'clock, and we were there every day for 5 days until they closed them up at night. Race cars don't come with instructions. Every piece, large and small, is dumped into 2 large wooden crates, and you, Mr. Race Car Mechanic, have to know which piece is and which where it goes. We drove our new car into the trailer at Friday at 6 o'clock, as Carl Hawes, the Lola distributor, walked by with his plane tickets to Watkins Glen. 650 miles, a lot of it on 2-lane roads, and 14 hours later, Pete and I were standing in line at the Glen for tech inspection when Carl walked by open-mouthed the next morning. The Lola was definitely the hot setup. By the end of the season, we were podium finishers. We even did well in the warm-up to the '76 Formula One race at the Glen, which was depicted in the movie Rush. James Hunt beats Niki Lauda for the Formula One championship. Pretty cool. 1977 was an even better year. We won the championship. In 1979, we attracted the attention of Montgomery Ward Auto Club. Bob made a sponsor deal with Ward's that got us a few bucks, matching uniforms, no more Levi's and T-shirts, and some pretty cool graphics for the race car and the trailer. Wahoo! The following year, in 1980, we won 5 out of 14 races and did well in all the rest, all under the banner of Montgomery Ward Auto Club. We were so far ahead of the field once that Peter hung out a pit board asking Bob if he was bored. It was a great exposure for Monkey Wards. The auto club was the only part of the business that was making money. At the end of the season, Bob, the dealmaker, told Wards, "If you add $200,000 to our budget, we can go to the Speedway. Indy 500, here we come." 1981 was a huge change. Money allowed us to plug into Fletcher Racing, who were Speedway veterans in need of a good driver, and a few bucks. A worn-out Chevy pickup towing a worn-out trailer became an 18-wheeler with a built-in machine shop and a professional crew. 150 Volkswagen ponies became 950 turbo-supercharged Ford horses and a Pincy chassis. McDonald's value meals became dinner out with crew and sponsors. We even had a big hospitality tent with autograph sessions. Join the auto club, buy 4 Montgomery Ward's tires, and win a trip to the races to hang with the racers. Bob adapted easily to the speed and power. He qualified 13th in the 500 and was moving up when the engine let go about halfway through the race. We placed 19th in the final standing. Bob was chosen as Series Rookie of the Year. Roger Penske and Mick Mears were pitted right next to us, and during the race their car caught fire during a pit stop. I was hanging the pit board over the track and turned around to see the commotion. I'm ashamed to say I thought, good, that's one less son of a bitch you'll have to pass. Various setbacks, including a crashed economy, pretty much ended Bob's Indy career and my construction business as well. When we weren't licking our wounds, we started talking about Bob's sons, Buddy and Jock, racing as soon as they were ready. Buddy won the Indy 500 in 1996 while driving with a broken back. Bob signed my yearbook. Thanks for your help when it counted. Yep, there are a lot of people and a lot of effort behind the guy accepting the trophy. Bob is a class act. Buddy won the championship in 2000, and Jock won in 2001 race in Chicago and finished well in several others. Bob often said seeing his sons do well was in some ways better than doing it himself. When the Speedway celebrated its 100th anniversary in 2016, they invited every driver who had ever raced in the 500 to come and pose in a mass photograph at the finish line. Yard of bricks. Recently, what my wife and Bob's wife both described as a miracle for the first time in decades, the original 70s crew Bob, Pete, and I got together in Bob's new apartment, which is the top of the new Tivoli. During the wonderful evening, the talk and the emotions flowed. What a great feeling it was to be back together again. My friend and mentor Bob Lazier passed away April 18, 2020, from effects of the Cobra virus. He was 81. Bob is gone, but his spirit stays with us. R.I.P., my old friend. We'll meet again at that racetrack in the sky.